Dave, you've got Tony going back out there today. What's going to be a key for him when facing his Cubs offense?
They've got some nice players over there. Obviously, he's got to get strike one. There hasn't been a lot of familiarity with this team over there with Tony. It's a left-handed, right-handed lineup, but I think strike one's really important, and then the ability to expand when he needs to.
So it looks like there's going to be about one more start for him before the All-Star game. When you look at the conversation of who could be the starter of it, what will be just something that could kind of draw in the audience a little bit more?
Obviously, being the hometown guy, first All-Star game potentially. He's had a tremendous first half. His start days should line up for him to be able to pitch in that game. I know he's done a great job in just focusing on the next start until we get to that All-Star game. But I think obviously we're hosting first time in 3 decades. I think he's earned it, but ultimately Brian Snitker's going to have to make that tough decision.
Dave, can you talk about, the guys inside talked about, Barnesy and Blake talked about Tony trusting his stuff, staying in the zone, and basically just believing this is my best pitch, give me your best swing, and I'm going to beat you. Can you talk about that?
Well, I think that speaks to conviction, and I think that, young player, veteran, position player, pitcher, conviction matters, and that's over time when you have success, you start to believe more. And every pitcher knows that you need to attack the strike zone, throw the ball over the plate. But that last moment in time when that ball is released from your hand, you have to have the conviction to throw it over the plate. And I think right now he has that belief in himself with the fastball, the slider, and that changeup, and the curveball. And so you see when he needs to attack for a strikeout, put the ball on the ground, get back into a count, he can do that as well as anybody in baseball.
We see what he's doing on the mound, but you see what's going on behind the scenes in his preparation. What do you like that he's done since that short spring training to now?
I think I would say he's present. He's focused as much as I've ever seen him. I think that, when you're searching for your identity, it's hard to be present. And I think now, whether it's his side sessions, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's in his pre-series pitchers meeting or on the mound, he's in the moment. And he's not worrying about the All-Star game. He's not worrying about his last start or his next start. And I think that right now, when a player can be in the moment, it just gives yourself the best chance for success.
Do you get the sense that being an All-Star motivates him? Some type of does really hard to tell for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's not going to go out there and talk about it much, which I think is smart. But all players are motivated by certain things, and to be, selected as an All-Star for the first time or any time is a big feather in your cap. So absolutely, he's motivated by that.
Saw Blake throwing in the bullpen again today. How close is he to facing live hitters?
Today was good, really good. It was fastball, cutter. I think he's got a couple more of those where he's got to use his entire pitch mix, the slider, and do an up and down. But I think we're a couple weeks away from live hitters. But today was a really positive day for Blake.
Does he need to get to full intensity in those sessions before he faces live hitters?
Yeah, and that kind of, every session it's gotten ramped up the intensity. This one was better than 3 or 4 days ago as far as full intensity. So we're going to continue to ramp it up, but again, it's been good every time. It's been better every time.
And part of that's him kind of trusting how far he can push himself, right?
It is. Coming back from any injury, there's going to be some uncomfort or some soreness, but you have to be willing to kind of push through that and know that it's going to be okay and trust it. And the last couple bullpens we've seen.
Last night it seemed like another game where when you guys needed runs, they came. Is that accurate? Can that happen in baseball when you're not scoring early?
It can. Runs are hard to predict, but I think that the last 3 weeks, team offense, our intent has been way more consistent. and with the talent, if we can do that, runs are going to happen. Sometimes they come sooner, sometimes they come later, but you just have that sense that we're going to break through at some point in time, and that's what happened last night.
So is that because of the talent? Is that something that you wouldn't show up at a box score?
I think it's more of, for me, I think it's more of a mindset. I really do. I think that, sometimes in the middle innings, I think that we've given a number of at-bats away to not be able to build an inning. But I think over the last 3 weeks, you get 27 outs, and I think we've done a much better job of having those guys to earn every out. I think we've done a much better job collectively.
This period that you've had to navigate without Blake, more recently without Daniel, a couple days without Trey, in theory that just becomes a real problem because you're putting guys in situations, leverage situations that they didn't have before. Clearly the results show it's worked out, and I'm wondering how much of that is just them stepping up, how much of it is you having a handle on guys' strengths and weaknesses going into this time of period where you're searching for setup and really.
It's a combo. I think that our run prevention guys, Mark Pryor, Josh Bard, Danny Lamb, and Connor McGinnis do a fantastic job of giving me all the information I need working with the players. I think we have good players and guys that are taking advantage of opportunities. We're missing some key pieces out of the pen, but there's not a guy that is trying to make an excuse, and we still have to prevent runs. And it's good to see guys like Phil or Vesia. David is going to start pitching more high leverage and getting him back online. And I think Craig, the last 3 or 4, has been really good. So we got Fergie back. So guys have taken the opportunity and run with it.
You didn't mention Evan, but he might have been like the 7th or 8th guy down there, and now
he's a dude.
Your top
Evan's
setup,
a dude. Evan's a dude now. He's got a good story, and so we're lucky to have him. I don't know where we'd be without him. I just love his heartbeat. He's got a great head, and he's got good stuff. So I feel comfortable putting Evan in any spot, first inning hitter.
Steve, any additional information on CT3 or anybody else?
No, nothing on CT. I think it's going to be a couple, 2-3 weeks before we see him, for sure, yeah.
See Miguel Vargas is in the Futures game?
No, I didn't know that. That's great. Miggy is going to come fast. Third base, second base, first base. We've got him out in the outfield a little bit. I'm excited to watch him in the Futures game. He's a baseball rat. His dad was a great player in Cuba. He's a smart player, sweet, lovable guy. He's going to play this game for a long time.
How much have you just been hearing about what he's done down there, especially after the impression he left you guys in spring?
I check in on Miggy every day. Jake Lamb had a great relationship with him and mentored him really well in OKC. But there's a lot to like, a lot of good ingredients from Miguel.
Were you planning to watch the Futures game before Jack told you that Miguel Vargas was in the Futures game?
I was not going to watch the Futures game until Jack told me Miguel was in the
There you go.
Thanks, Jack.
That'd be good. You can double dip before the Angels game.
There you go. That's right.
Bobby Miller and Diego Cartaya are playing.
Great. Both. I love them all.